Section number 3, experience. All right, guys. So for the experience section, I don't expect you guys to have a lot of work experience that you got paid for. All right. But this section is all about any sort of work experience that you've had. But for you guys, you can put any volunteer work that you've done or community service. All right. If you've done community service, I suggest thinking about the reading that you've done. All right. Or working with the teacher for this section to try to get those community service hours. You're going to fill this in. All right. The first thing you're going to do is on the first line that is in bold, where it says company or person you worked for or with, right before the comma, you're going to put the person's name or the company you worked for. Let's say you did work for, a church. You volunteered at the church that you go to. Maybe it's High Desert Church of Christ. You're going to put, that could be the company name, High Desert Church of Christ. Location, Victorville, California. Job title, we cleaned up the neighborhood. All right, cleanup could be my job title. Very short and sweet. Let's say I worked for Miss Capelos and I did something for Miss Capelos. I'm going to put her name, Miss Capelos. Location, you could put Hook Junior High or you could just put Victorville, California. All right, and let's say my job title while I was there for community service was grading papers, paper grader. All right, or simply grading papers. Okay, so you want to fill out that first section showing who you worked for or who you worked with, the company or the person's name. All right. On the very next line, this is where you're going to put the time range. All right. For how long did you work for this person or this company? If I only worked for Miss Capelos for the month, I'm just going to put January 2020 or 2019, whatever month it was in the year. Okay. Let's say for the church, though, I was doing community service every Sunday for like 3 months from January to March of 2019. I'm going to put January 2019 to March 2019. Okay. Maybe I'm still doing work for the church. Okay. That's where I would put present. All right. I would put I started January 2019 dash present because I'm still currently doing it. All right. You want to put the month that you started, a dash in the middle, and the month that you stopped doing it. All right. Remember, if you only did it once for this resume, just put the month and year. Sorry about the sneeze. Ooh. And then lastly, you need to come up with 2 bullet points with the descriptive detail of the task you completed with that company. So if I worked for Miss Capelos for an hour, give me 2 descriptions, describe 2 things that you did while you were working there. And in a complete sentence. All right. I completed the grading of 30 tests, math tests at that time. And then give me another description, something else you did while there. Maybe you did something else. Also, I cleaned the board with an eraser and made it all clean, nice and shiny. All right. Those are the 2 things I did while I worked for this person. All right. I want you to try to come up with at least 2. All right. At least 2 pieces of experience that you've done. If you don't have 2, I suggest you try to get 1 in these 3 days that you're working on this. All right. So you can put that down, but try to come up with at least 2 pieces of work experience that you've had throughout your entire life. All right. There's no limit on when you've done this. Try to come up with at least 2. All right. So maybe if it was me, I could have Miss Capelos for my first one. All right. Talk about that. Give the time and the year, the month and the year that I started and ended, and my 2 descriptions of what I did for that job. Okay. And then I move on to the next experience, the next thing I did, and I do the same thing. Okay. That's the experience section. Yeah.